Hi everybody, today we're going to talk about paranoid personality disorder. So first of all, what is a personality disorder? Well, according to the DSM-V, a personality disorder is a condition that causes significant impairments to self, meaning your identity or who you want to be in the future, and interpersonal functioning, examples being such as having empathy or intimacy. There is one or more pathological traits, meaning that each of these personality disorders has like a defining feature. And it's important to note that these impairments have to be stable over time and apply to all kinds of different situations. And it's also important that this is not better explained by someone's culture, and you have to rule out that this is secondary to a substance or a general medical condition. So moving along to paranoid personality disorder. This is a condition with a prevalence of 2 to 4% in the general population and is found in the cluster A personality disorders, which also includes schizoid and schizotypal disorders that are explained in other videos. So the way I want to explain these personality disorders is to first talk about the common symptoms that you would see and then move on to the DSM-V criteria so that we can have a more formal review of the condition. And then it could be kind of redundant, but it's to reinforce the important points of a personality disorder. And lastly, we'll talk briefly about treatment. So what would someone with paranoid personality disorder look like? Well, you'll see someone who's often distrustful and suspicious of others, and they tend to have few, if any, close associates because of that. They will often interpret the motives of others as malevolent. For example, if someone did something nice for them, they might think, what are you trying to gain from me? They will often exhibit a defense mechanism known as projection, and projection just means applying your own feelings to someone else. For example, if there was somebody that you were really angry towards, and then instead of acknowledging your anger, you thought they were angry towards you, then that's an example of projection. They have interpersonal dysfunction in the form of romantic relationships. They will often think that their partners are cheating on them. And they generally just appear hostile and angry. Now, it's important to note that this distrust and suspiciousness of others is not of delusion-like quality, that it's not so severe and fixed in its nature that you can't influence them. Now I want to move on to the diagnostic criteria in the DSM-V for paranoid personality disorder so we can really hit home what's important in diagnosis. So criterion A, which is something you must have, is that this person has pervasive mistrust and suspicion of others' motives, which commences by early adulthood. And then there are 7 sub-features, of which you need 4, at least 4. The person with PPD, paranoid personality disorder, number 1, will believe others are using, lying to, or harming them without any evidence. 2, they will doubt the loyalty and trustworthiness of others. 3, they will not confide in others due to belief that their confidence will be betrayed. Number 4, they will interpret remarks that are kind of ambiguous or benign as hurtful or threatening. Number 5, they will hold grudges. And number 6, in the absence of objective evidence, they will believe that people are assailing their character or reputation, meaning that, for example, they're at home but they think people are talking behind their backs, and they will often retaliate in some manner. Number 7, they will be jealous and suspicious without cause that their intimate partners are unfaithful. So lastly, just to briefly touch on treatment. In paranoid personality disorder, the treatment of choice is psychotherapy. However, it is important to note that it is often very difficult to develop a therapeutic alliance with these patients, and that you have to take the therapy very slowly and gradually. It is generally recommended to avoid group therapy as they often misconstrue what others are saying, and then you can consider short-term antipsychotics for transient psychosis, as these patients may develop brief psychotic reactions to stress. However, they, by definition, must not endure. Alright, that's it. Thank you for watching. I hope you learned something today. If you have any questions, leave it in the comments below. Otherwise, take care.